Hi, my beautiful friends. I'm Shana Merrill, and I am helping people to end food addiction and manifest radiant health. And I want to talk about self sabotage because it comes up so frequently with my clients, and it comes up especially with people who reach out for my help and then they basically wind up talking themselves out of it. And I see how people are so gripped into their self sabotage behaviors. So, where does this really come from? Because even in my own experience, a person can be gripped in food addiction for years and years and be self sabotaging themselves for years and years. And they make some small attempts to try to get help, but unfortunately, they have not come to the realization of what needs to happen in order for them to make massive shifts in their life that happen very quickly, that I see happen with my clients who are ready to make this change. And so I want to talk about a couple of the key elements that really makes the difference, because I know how painful it is when we are sabotaging ourselves. We've got these behaviors with food that keep us suffering, and I'm seeing all the time these health issues that just keep recurring. A person says that they need to fix these health issues, and yet they keep choosing behaviors that sabotage the effort to really change, and they're not really willing to see the real solution, and instead they're actually just reaching for all the solutions that enable them to keep feeling like they're in control of the situation, to keep feeling like to keep allowing these self-sabotaging behaviors to continue under the surface. It's usually when someone is choosing methods that do not go under the surface. Things like dieting, all different kinds of diets that do not enable a person to really change under the surface. And this change under the surface is not something that requires years of therapy, but it takes, and let me now get to a couple of these points about how to really combat the self-sabotage. First of all, a person needs to totally want this and to be willing to go out of their comfort zone. And unfortunately, most people are not willing to go out of their comfort zone. So they keep choosing solutions that are within their comfort zone. And that's why the solutions don't work, because they're not willing to step outside and go beyond into something that they don't know. So that is a really big factor. Someone who keeps going to doctors, and I'm not saying that one can't receive knowledge from doctors that they might need, like certain diagnoses, but if they think that they're going to solve their health issues without doing the deeper work, then most people are sadly mistaken and spend a lot of time just going from one thing to another and self-sabotaging themselves. So that real want and that real willingness to go beyond what you've ever done before, that is really key. And that is because from a scientific standpoint, we have cell memory, and basically the ways that most people are acting in the present moment are based on what our cells remember from our past. And so we keep acting in the present moment. For those who don't know how to break out of this, people act in the present moment as if the past is repeating themselves. Literally, they're afraid of the same things happening, and they're scared of what might be if they were to actually change and do it different. And so that is why the subconscious mind, sabotages people from making a choice that is totally new and totally beyond what they've ever done before. So this is really key when you're trying to get out of something, when you're trying to change your health, and when you're trying to break out of food addiction. You really need to ask yourself if what you're trying to do is the same thing that you've been trying to do, because if the answer is yes, then the chances are it's not going to work, and you're going to just keep spending more time playing over the same cycle over and over again. And there's so many people out there that are so close, they want it, they're so close, they take one step forward and then they take 2 steps back. There's people who make calls with me and then right before their call they cancel it. There's this fear of the unknown and of stepping into something that is at a level beyond what people have ever done before. The ego wants people to stay where they are. So the key to really breaking free of this is a person needs to come to a full recognition that what they've been doing, not only has it not been working, but they need to come to a full recognition that their behaviors are not serving them anymore. This is so key. And intellectually, a person might say that yes, they're done with this, and that they know that their food behaviors are not serving them anymore. But at the end of the day, so many people still deep down inside aren't willing to let go, because keeping those same behaviors with food allow them to feel that they're in control, and keeping the same patterns of trying to solve the problem allow them to keep feeling like they're in control. And there's actually this addiction to this feeling of in control. And so there needs to be a clean break from these addictive behaviors and from feeling the need to be in control. So I'm going to end with this because it's a point that I really hope that can sink in deep, that we have to make the decision to let go. We have to make the decision that it's not about us being in control anymore. It's about us surrendering and really being guided and being willing to step outside our comfort zone. And when we are willing to do these things, that is when the self-sabotaging either falls away on its own, or we learn simple rewiring techniques that just change these behaviors. When a person is ready to let go, that is when these techniques work amazingly quickly, and a person just literally transforms when they have the right guidance. So remember that if you keep getting sucked in to your habits, you're telling yourself tomorrow's going to be different, but you keep finding yourself just going through it over and over again and looking for help or trying one diet after another, and then you self-sabotage yourself where you're back in the food, you're back in the over-exercising, you're back in the self-blame. Just see if you can catch it and see it as a sign that it's time to let go. It's time to stop controlling your life and allow something much deeper to come and heal you and literally lead you forward so that the rest of your life can really be about a continual surrendering, a continual healing, and reaching higher and higher levels of happiness and freedom. This is really possible. And the minute someone decides that they're not going to self-sabotage themselves anymore, the minute they decide they're ready to let go, their life begins to undergo radical shifts, and these cell memories dissolve. It's simple techniques, and it's just a matter of being ready to learn these techniques. So if any of you want to get on the phone with me, if you're feeling ready to step into new territory, you can click on the link below and we can just speak about what's really going on and why have you been self-sabotaging yourself for so long, and how can you finally move forward and step into your power and live with your inner freedom and peace that is meant to be yours. Have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.